Hello and welcome. Now I'm going to show the instructions on one side and I would like to open up the terminal. So usually what I do is I keep at least three terminals, one for the MongoDB and another one for the Olama and third one to start the Python. So it is always good that if you can keep three separate terminals so that it's easier to start and you can switch between the Olama, the MongoDB, and the Python. So the Olama is where the heart or the AI model will be there. The MongoDB is where all the responses from the AI are stored, and you can also see it in the web UI. And Python is the one wherein you start the front end and see it. So first, let's start with MongoDB. I would like to go to my folder where I have my project already. You would be creating this folder for the first time, so give it as a software estimator, download the code from the GitHub and have the same structure. So what we would do is that I'm using Homebrew, which is similar to NPM or node managers in Java world. So here I am just taking you through some of the errors purposefully so that you get to know what to do in case of an error being encountered. I'm trying to start a MongoDB community version at 7.0 even though I know that I have an 8.0 in my machine. So first, I would like to stop that MongoDB and see what next can be done. And once I see that the MongoDB is not starting properly, I will stop that MongoDB 7.0. And now what I would do is I would go ahead and start installing it fresh because I know that there is something wrong with the MongoDB and it's not working properly. So here you can see it is saying it is already installed. So I want to maybe overwrite it and put a new version on top of it. So I go ahead and put a new version. So again, it's saying, oh, it's not working out. So finally, what I do is I stop everything. I say, whatever MongoDB is running, please go ahead and stop it. You can see it has successfully stopped. I want to start the cleanup. So I give the brew command to do a cleanup, and here it gives some warnings, but it is still okay for me. What I would like to do is just go ahead and clean up, and finally once the cleanup is done, you see some disk space is taken out, and when I ask which MongoDB is running, it is saying it's not found. Okay, it's good for me. So let me start from the beginning. What I do is I go ahead and ask Brew to install MongoDB for me, the community version. So here you can see it has downloaded the community version from the Brew and it has installed it completely. Now what I would like to do is that I like to start the MongoDB services. So I go ahead and copy this command and say that, hey, please go ahead and start the MongoDB for me. Now, if it is starting successfully, you would get a started message, and here you can see on the background it says the MongoDB has started in the background. So this is a good sign that the MongoDB has started. Now, in order to connect to the MongoDB, I give the mongosh command wherein I should get a prompt. I'm using a test database, so I'd get a prompt like this. So that's a good sign. We are connected to the DB. Now let's go ahead and connect and do a Olama. So here also for Olama, I already have installed Olama. So I just go ahead and say Olama run a model. So LLMA3 is the model. I usually try to pull the model on the go rather than trying to refer to the one which is already there in my machine. So when I go ahead and run the model, it downloads around 4 GB of the model. Takes some time, but it is okay. And once you have that running, you can go ahead and ask any question. Here I'm just asking what is explain testing to me in 3 sentences from a software development context. So it gives all the responses. So I know now Olama is running, my MongoDB is running. So the next step is I have to go ahead and start my Python, the virtual environment. Since I already have my code in the software estimator folder, which is according to the GitHub repo. I have to make sure that the once you download the GitHub code, make sure the project structure is as per what I have given out here. You can see my screen scrolling out there. So we have a folder set up wherein we need to make sure that app.py we can run. So what I would do is I will just go and ask what Python version is it running. Does it really have some Python version? So it is having Python version. It is pointing out to the bin where the path is already set. If you don't have that, I already on my left hand side I have given you the information on how to install Python, what needs to be done to install Python using the brew commands. So once you have installed Python and added it to the path, it will show the path to your Python folder. Now, once you are in the Python folder, wherever your project folder is, the next step is to start the virtual environment. So I'll not go into the details of what a virtual environment is, but in a very short nutshell, it is to make sure that each virtual environment can pull in the dependencies easily and make sure that we don't have any cross dependencies which are affecting. It's more like a mini virtual machine or a Docker or a Kubernetes kind of a setup to make sure that we don't have any dependency errors and we can isolate errors from one project to another. So I open up my code. So here you can see the structure of the code, the project, and also the setup is similar to what I have given in my GitHub repo. So once you download it and it open it via any code editor, you would see the similar structure. The main intention is for us to create a virtual environment and then go ahead and launch app.py where all the action is happening. So I give Python 3 app.py as a command since I am already in my virtual environment, as you can see. So all good. The server has started. So let's go ahead and launch the server here. So once I go in there and start my development server, so here you can see also I can test the Olama. The Olama is running. Boom. So the our homepage is running up and fine. So let me start pulling in data. Like I want a retail POS management project where I need to test the POS data for a trade promotion management tool. What are the pages required? So I'd say I need a login page. I need maybe a dashboard page. Let me put it one next to another so that the LLM can read it properly. A logout page, an admin console, and so on. And since I have done it few times, I just pick up from my cache. I just leave it out there. And now when I click on get estimate, let me see what's doing in the background. So let's go to the terminal and check whether it is really making a call or not. So here you can see good, it is already making a call. The get calls are the ones which are going to hit via the Flask API, which I have written in the app.py. Now it has to go into the model and start fetching the results. Wow, it is quick. So here you can see that the post and get has happened. So it is telling to do a retail point of sale management system in an agile way. It takes 16 weeks and maybe 24 weeks in a waterfall. The total estimated cost is coming to maybe 120K. So let's maybe take another example and see what it would do. Just to see that does it give a different result or is it just hallucinating and giving the same data. So let me change something like shipping yard, RFID portal or an RFID app. So I would say that in a shipping port, not the networking port, but a shipping port, I want to do an RFID scanner. So what I would do is give the project description accordingly, add an RFID reader or a scanner out here so that we get to know how does the cost change, does the timeline change accordingly, because we are adding some more requirements or key features into this request now. So I just to try to clean it up, I make add more commas out here so that the LLM can recognize. I also give the technologies wherein I have a RFID device reader, scanner, printer, and so on. Let me add some additional notes. Maybe I'll say the client is very stringent. We need to have additional developers because they are very hard on the timelines. Let me see where does the impact come in, whether it's on the cost or it's on the timelines, what it does. So again, going ahead and clicking on get estimate. Let me see whether it's making the call. It's taking some time. Yeah. Oh, this time it was more quick. So here you can see for the shipping port, it has increased the estimated cost compared to what we were having for the retail POS. I see that the requirements are not coming up here. Maybe that's a bug. I'll try to fix that. But here you can see between a retail POS, which was 120K, for a shipping port RFID, it has made 250K. The timelines has increased accordingly. So what it does is it goes the MongoDB, it stores all the data into the MongoDB. So here you can see, since I did this project some time ago on July 2nd, it already has all that data. So I think the recording has stopped, but we would still continue. We will meet up on 8th of July at 8 o'clock. See you there.